Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, March 2nd, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, as I go with the flow, I expand my glow. And today we have another interesting astro day. Do I say that every day? Pretty much. But today kind of is finishing up, I think, not finishing up because it's never finishing, but really helping evolve the lessons that came in with the eclipse. So, along with the eclipse, what I feel like most of us were feeling, many of us were feeling through that eclipse energy was the conjunction of Mars in Aries with Uranus in Aries. That definitely, it liberated, it brought some like fire energy, some passion energy moving through us. That liberation has been continuing through this week with other connections happening. This is the final one in this little set right here and right now as Jupiter and Uranus finally reach their opposition. They've been building into it. This is 22 degrees, master number. Are you tired of the master numbers yet? We've been having a lot of master energy with us, helping us move through this energy. So with this, Jupiter, planet of expansion, is working on expanding our self-love through this time of retrograde in Libra. We are shifting relationships around us and outside of us by shifting the relationship that we have with ourselves. Master degree energies are never about the outside. Retrograde is never really about the outside. It's all pointing back here at you yourself, and you. I guess me, myself, and I isn't really working that way, but me, myself, and I working on myself, you working on yourself through this transit. Uranus is the liberator. Uranus in Aries is helping liberate our I am. I think it's helping us get past, instead of original sin, I'm going to say get past the original id that we come in with and really recognize the source. Oh yeah, the source of the soul and the soul that you really are. And so this opposition, like any opposition, can feel like a tug of war. It can feel like there's two sides pulling against. And you may be feeling that if there's a part of you that's still listening to the id energy. I need these things to be safe and to survive, like this old way of the world, this old way of living. And then the soul, which is like, just tune in. You've got it. Anything you want, anything you need, you've got it. It's right here. It's within you. But while you're busy sending out those octopus tentacles everywhere, you're not focusing on this inner glow with the flow energy that's building and rising and growing through this energy. It's been happening. We've been moving through these lessons with as much grace as possible, cracking open these things. So this being said, there may be some tug of wars outside of you. What they're doing is showing you, can you be true to yourself in this moment? Are you being true to yourself in this moment? Somebody said to me this week that somebody in her life was manipulating and controlling her. And I was like, well, no, they're not. Because if you know they're manipulating you, you don't have to enter into that. Like, you're choosing to play along with the manipulation. That's you. You're also an adult. You don't have to be in any kind of interaction. Like, this person did not have to be interacting with this person. And yet you're saying that they're controlling you. Again, this is your choice to allow yourself to be controlled. You may come across those things. It's really easy to point that finger outside of you. But this is saying, it's all within here. It's all within you. So this is making that choice. I'm going to be truth. I'm going to be the truth of my soul. I'm going to be the truth of my source. I'm going to go with my flow and expand my glow in and through this energy. Anytime we have an opposition, it can be intense. You may feel that tension. Come back into the center, just like how a rubber band comes back into your center. Come back into your center and let yourself radiate through there. The stretching will be done that needs to be done through your radiating, through your flow energy. Now, supporting us in and through this is the moon in Taurus, grounding us, asking us to be present, asking us to know our worth. That moon in Taurus is really helping and supporting this worth process. Moon in Taurus, moon represents that which is hidden as well as emotions. You know how the moon likes to, she sometimes hides part of herself. So this moon in Taurus is first meeting up with Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces, bringing up from those depths, bringing back from karmic ties, bringing back from ancestral ties, bringing back from past life ties, all these words. It's bringing that back in, and if something shoots into your consciousness, notice how this is affecting your worth. We have so much major worth work happening right now, and it's impressive. It's shifting. It's really shifting and taking us back into source. So that's going to be helping support that. The moon is also, lovely little moon, going to be connecting to Neptune today. So we just had the sun conjunct Neptune, bringing us some miracles, bringing us some magic. Some little miracles definitely appeared in my life, but we're still working those seeds. So this moon, again, in Taurus is like, hey, tend to your seeds. And if you watched yesterday, I had the Four of Wands, which had little fairies taking care of the garden. I have the Four of Crystals today. So we have little gnomes building a house. So it's still that same kind of thing. We're still working this process. And part of this process is still that uncovering process of anything that's not making your house stable. It's interesting with all the fours going on. The Jupiter-Uranus thing, that's a 22. So that's that master number, that's Uranus, but that's also a 4. So this is part of the restructuring, all these 4 energies. So anyways, the moon and Neptune are connecting. Again, releasing any of this old karmic stuff, any of this stuff that makes you forget who you are. This source energy, any of those blocks. And of course, a layer comes off and then another layer comes up. So this is why this is an ongoing process. We have multiple lifetimes of layers. It's okay, Abraham says you never get it done, and that's all right. We don't need to get it done. Just work with what's coming up. Just work with what you have. Go with your flow to expand your glow. Finally, we have the sun and the moon connecting in the evening. I love this connection. It is it's the realist and the mystic coming together. That moon in Taurus bringing that earth level, wanting the fulfillment of earth level emotional energy, wanting to expand earth level emotional energy. And then that moon in Pisces bringing in the mystic. Now this connection is interesting. Taurus and Pisces, when it comes together, especially with this week we just had Mardi Gras and heading into Lent, interesting time for this, but Taurus and Pisces together wants to get indulgent. So notice if you are feeling that indulgent energy. Am I doing this because I love myself? Am I doing this from my soul, from this source? Or am I doing this to fill holes? Am I doing this from this place of deep craving, which actually wants something else? What is it you want? What is it that you're worth? And then move in that direction. Move your light in that direction, because the earth wants to give it to you, what it is you want. But sometimes you're like, well, I can't really have what I want, so I'm going to fill it in with this other hole. That's not really how we're moving in this way. We're moving in the way that we are worth, and it's being supported. Final thing I want to say from the cards as we move in and through this energy, I have the exhaustion card in reverse. And I have been exhausted, and I have talked to many other people who've been exhausted. And my hope with the exhaustion card reverse is that this exhaustion is coming to an end. Some of this exhaustion may have been this inner work that we've been doing through these downloads from that eclipse, through all this Aries, Libra, Cardinal, T-square stuff that we've been moving through this week. Let's just hope that this is what it means. So, finally, to finish, the Four Crystals with the gnomes building a house. And it says, let's see, it's important to discover the center of gravity within the soul. Here it is, that draws forth creative will. This empowerment helps us build a world according to our deepest values and guiding principles. Personal responsibility and constructive actions are beginning steps towards the foundation of a beautiful life for ourselves and others. The gnomes, they're gnome children, actually. The gnome children portrayed in this card are busy creating a home with various tools and a cooperative spirit. The foundation for this life, or for this house, is an apple tree, signifying the tree of life. And in Greek myth, the apple tree is a symbol of abundance. And if you saw our GPS this week, we talked a lot about abundance. And I also had a lot of 4 cards, and those 4 cards are continuing. A new consciousness is being built in. Yes, we're shifting the consciousness. Absolutely. Let's see. These gnomes are very focused. Their work is taken seriously. They hold a vision that they are in the process of manifesting. What is your vision that you're holding? Don't fill it in. Don't fill in those holes. Keep moving into that vision. Trust your vision. Trust this vision, your soul's, that's been implanted in your soul and that's bursting forth from your soul. What in your life is being built? What inner vision do you carry? Whatever it may be, concentration, responsibility, devotion, and diligence are the four corners you must construct in order to accomplish your true goals. So that just summed that whole thing up very nicely. I love these cards. I'm all over these cards right now. So that's it for today. Hopefully after this, we'll get a nice little short break from some of the intensity and we can let these lessons sink in and really move forward in a productive manner. So book a reading if you want to dive in deeper, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.